Okay, everybody, today we're looking at Bitcoin versus Ethereum for microtransactions. So when Bitcoin was at its peak price, the average transaction fee was $54, and at the moment is around the $2 to $3 mark. Ethereum, when at its peak price, was $4. And now it is 0.4. So the the pieces of information you need to remember from this is that at peak price, transaction fees are higher. This discourages people from selling their Bitcoin or Ethereum. This makes economic sense. People complaining about transaction fees, but it's based on how many people are making transactions. They're both free market currencies. Their transaction fees are going to adjust to the free market as opposed to the traditional banking system, which have their inflation rates artificially set by a government body. So this is what a free market currency looks like. The Bitcoin transaction fees are decreasing at a faster rate because SegWit is slowly being implemented. So the transaction fees should get lower and lower as time goes by, whereas I'm not aware of any mechanism that Ethereum has that's going to reduce the transaction fees. I don't believe that's a part of their plan. So even though, let's say, just look at peak $4 versus $60, it sounds like Bitcoin's much more expensive to send. However, when we go to microtransactions, I made a transaction of I'm using two different currencies because I was buying two different things. The percentages make sense. So I spent $5.89 on Ethereum, and I bought some for that amount of Ethereum. It cost me 58 cents. That was a 9.8% transaction fee. That is crazy high transaction fee. I spent 20. I made a transaction of 23.08 Bitcoin. Sorry, 23.08 euros with Bitcoin. The transaction cost me 12 cents. That's a 0.5% transaction fee. That is a very competitive transaction fee. Bitcoin transaction fees are now going down. So Bitcoin is now back for microtransactions. So Bitcoin versus Ethereum, Bitcoin is a better currency. The transaction fees are lower. And if we look, there is a max supply because Bitcoin is emulating gold. Gold is the most successful currency of all time. And there is a max supply of Bitcoin, which means that Bitcoin is will be harder to get, particularly in 2020. Whereas Ethereum has no max supply because it's actually not intended to be a currency, it's a token to run a network. So there's actually an incentive for the company that runs Ethereum to actually try and keep their prices low so people will use their network. If the price of Ethereum goes up too much, they will not be able to compete against the new smart contract networks they're competing with it. So Bitcoin is a better cryptocurrency for making transactions. However, Ethereum is not actually meant to be a currency, it's a token to run a network. So it's actually comparing apples and oranges. So for long-term buy and hold, in the short term, Ethereum might go up faster. Bitcoin will be a better buy and hold for your savings account. But there are better. But similarly, how in Bitcoin we're trying to create new cryptocurrencies that are better technology than Bitcoin, and I would recommend Waves because Waves transaction fees are much lower than Bitcoin. They're set at a certain rate, so sending a large transfer is the same as sending a small transfer. So it's better for trading. So, and also at the moment making 20,000 transactions a minute. So what I would recommend checking out Waves. Ethereum at the moment, I'm using Ethereum, I'm making smart contracts. It is a good technology, but it should be faster. Really should be. Again, I will be looking at Waves when the Waves smart contracts come out on the testnet in April. That will be awesome. Other than that, I am looking at EOS. However, their smart contracts are only on the testnet at the moment, so we can't confirm for sure that it's going to be better than Ethereum, but I reckon it will be. I'm very confident it's going to be scalable, flexible. So I'm looking forward to making smart contracts in EOS, but I'm even more looking forward to the Waves platform. So the Waves platform at the moment is definitely the best cryptocurrency. It could become the best and most secure smart contract, but at the moment EOS is the smart contract platform that we can test and play around with. So there you go. Live free or die trying.